Breaking investigation out of Tampa. A 16-year-old boy is dead after a police-involved shooting. Tampa police say they shot Javon Neal in self-defense after he pointed what they call an assault-style weapon at them. But family and friends say it was a misunderstanding. Police say Neal was no stranger to law enforcement, and apparently neither was the apartment building that became the scene of the crime. Brendan is here with a closer look at that for us tonight. Brendan?
Oh, Jameson, I requested a record of calls for service from the Tampa Police Department for that apartment building where the shooting took place, and this is what they sent me. In just the first 7 months of this year, TPD has been out more than 200 times. Now, the Central Court apartments have long been a flashpoint in the otherwise quiet neighborhood of Tampa Heights. The Central Court Apartments is what many people call a housing project. The rent is subsidized by the federal government, but there is a cost to living here.
I have 2 kids, 2 boys, and it's really rough over here.
Dorica Smokes has been trying to move up and out for 4 years.
I really look at it like it's just a slum. We have a slumlord. They don't do what they're supposed to do here.
Appearances aside, the building is also a center of crime for miles around. In just the 6 days leading up to Sunday's shooting of Javon Neal, Tampa police were called to the address 22 times for fights, aggravated assault, drugs, and domestic violence.
We always have a very strong police presence there and do a lot of community outreach. Are always trying to work with the citizens so that they work with us to try to prevent the crime in that neighborhood.
But the apartment remains a concern for the surrounding neighborhood. Last year, the Tampa Heights Civic Association wrote the management to, quote, voice our concern about the open drug dealing that takes place at Central Court Apartments. The building is owned by a limited partnership that lists Clearwater attorney David Cantu as its registered agent. He hasn't returned our calls. Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, which is responsible for making sure their subsidized homes are decent and safe, also did not respond to our request for an interview. The residents themselves acknowledge responsibility for their own community.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
But the shooting of Javon Neal has, at least for now, damaged their relationship with police, putting any solution to the rampant crime here further out of reach.
We need some type of control, some type of guidance. We need help over here.
Now, in full disclosure, I am a resident of this neighborhood. Members of the Civic Association, of which I'm not a member, did not want to appear on camera to comment on the crime problem at Central Court. Another indication, perhaps, of how bad and dangerous they feel this situation has become.